What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got my guy 1090 Jake, man. We got to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on in the OTF camp. So, we about 2 months away at the time of this recording from Lil Durk's trial starting. And it's still more stuff coming out with people in Durk's camp, bro. Most recently, OTF Boona. So this is Durk's affiliate who duct taped the man, allegedly got him out of here and dumped him at a church. Am I reading this correctly? Let's get it, man. This is crazy.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Lil Durk affiliate OTF Boona being charged with kidnapping a man, duct taping his hands, and then executing him with a firearm. There's an old saying, you can take a dog out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the dog. Chicago has bred some of the most ruthless killers, and generations of kids have grown up around vicious, senseless violence. So what happens when one of these kids moves out of Chicago? You'd think it would save them, but the reality is, hurt people, and some people are just too far gone. 32-year-old Michael Golden would be more commonly known as OTF Boona, a close associate of Lil Durk. A black disciple, Boona was from Lamron, otherwise known as 300, and his reputation has him listed as one of them ones. With arrests as early as 17 for a weapon, 18 for armed robbery, and later for a machine gun, Boona was very much a product of his environment, but soon he'd start to exceed expectations. With Durk's rise to fame, he'd move OTF down south, making Atlanta home base. Boona was now out of the south side of Chicago, but apparently couldn't let go of his old ways. In March of 2021, Boona was accused of jumping out of an SRT Durango and opening fire on 4 people outside of a mall, resulting in a gunfight.
Bro.
3 would end up shot, including a 6-year-old boy. Boona would jump back.
What? See, now, and this is my thing, bro. This is why when I talk about these rappers, you cannot have everybody in your circle, rapper or not, just a regular person, bro. This is not somebody I would want in my circle, bro. You doing crash out shit like this, broad daylight. This look like you jumping out the car and letting it spark on 4 people, hitting a 6-year-old. Bro, get out of my circle. I don't want you around me at all. Like, bro, this is, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm old school, maybe I'm pussy, I don't know, bro. But I'm strictly security around me in my circle, bro. Because if I'm Durk in Durk's case, you under my umbrella, my brand, somehow my name's gonna get dragged right into this. Gonna get dragged right to it, man. Crazy.
3 would end up shot, including a 6-year-old boy. Boona would jump back in the SUV and flee the scene without realizing he dropped his phone. This piece of evidence.
That's how Rondo number 9 and C-Day went out. It was that phone. It was that phone, bro. Y'all can't keep y'all phones in y'all pockets.
The scene without realizing he dropped his phone. This piece of evidence would lead to his arrest. 19-year-old Jakava Harris was shot in the foot before firing back at Boona. 19-year-old Deshaun Powell was shot in the back, and 18-year-old Karanji Reese would be unharmed. These 3 were members of MCF/Glizzy Gang, MCF standing for Money Comes First. The one who shot back was known as Lil Man, a local rapper from Atlanta, and this shootout would set off a chain of events. 3 months after the mall shooting, Lil Durk's house in Atlanta was broken into by homies, and gunshots were exchanged.
So this ties in Bro, I remember when this happened because they said Dirk lived in a gated community. He lived in a gated community in Atlanta. Bro, I had my own theories that it was, I ain't gonna say who I thought it was, who had something to do with it, but I thought it was somebody completely different that had something to do with Dirk's house getting broken into. Because in order to get through a gated community, bro, you know somebody on the inside, so they think that this has ties to what Boona allegedly did. Yo, this is crazy.
Off a chain of events.
This is exactly what I mean, bro. You doing shit like this, bro, get out of my circle. This is gonna come back on me.
3 months after the mall shooting, Lil Durk's house in Atlanta was broken into by invaders and gunshots were exchanged. The very next month, 19-year-old Marcus Holland Jr. was killed. He was known as Mark, was a member of MCF Glizzy Gang, and is rumored to have been one of the shooters that broke into Durk's home. It's been said they targeted Durk after Man was shot by OTF Boona. MCF Glizzy Gang would damn near fall apart as Man would be sentenced to federal prison after a federal agent was shot during a car theft. Karanji Reese would later be arrested for a nightclub shooting in which he allegedly shot 6 people, killing 2.
Oh, what?
With Durk's federal takedown, it would seem the city of Atlanta now felt like they could target OTF, knowing the main source of income behind them was gone. Just months ago, OTF Duty Low would be robbed and shot in Atlanta, and an affiliate of Quando Rondo would post his chain and watch to Instagram. But Boona wasn't hiding behind Durk's money, and Durk's lyrics would highlight the type of savage Boona is, as Durk said in his song Monitoring Me. Boona a bug, he gon' get up with you. See, I pay him not to get rid of. Talking about the ones with the Twitter fingers. Boona had a reputation of violence, and on July 22nd, 2025, he'd remind everyone.
My husband was driving, it was around 7 a.m. when leaving to work, and he actually saw the body and saw the officers, and he stopped and he was like, you know, should we be worried?
What makes this mystery even more puzzling is what Abby Gonzalez and her neighbors say they didn't hear at around 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. No gunshots, no screams, no sounds of violence that would explain how a man in his 20s ended up dead with a gunshot wound.
I have 2 little ones in the house, and we're always outside here in the church, so it makes us, like, you know, feel scared a little bit.
Police arrived on scene locating a Hispanic man who'd been shot to death, but nobody reported gunfire. The next day, the man was identified as 28-year-old Oscar Alexis Cruz, a father of 1. Investigators would soon learn of the horrors Oscar went through leading up to his violent death. An arrest warrant would be signed for Boona on August 7th. It would allege Boona...
But how did they know Boona did it, though? I mean, it's a tragic story, you know, children gotta grow up without their father. It's a tragic story, but how do you know Boona did it? Bro, this is why I feel like, and I said this probably like a year ago, bro, I feel like somebody in OTF is telling. Somebody in Durk's circle, I don't know who, somebody in his circle, somebody that knows him, knows intricacies of OTF, little things, probably things that they should know. They found out about it and they are telling, bro. Somebody is telling, bro. I know somebody telling, bro. Cause I don't know, man. I just know somebody telling.
Be signed for Boona on August 7th. It would allege Boona traveled to Lawrenceville, a city 40 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Between 1:30 in the morning and 3 a.m., police allege Boona broke into Oscar's home, bound his hands with duct tape, demanded money, searched through his home, and executed him by shooting him multiple times.
What was the motive, though?
Then dumped his body 9 minutes away in a church parking lot.
But what was the motive, though? I'm not playing devil's advocate, but what is the motive to drive 40 minutes? 40 minutes to commit a home invasion. What was his motive besides wanting some money? Like, 40 minutes, you could break into any house around you. You don't have to drive that far. So what?
Boona would be charged with murder, aggravated assault, home invasion, kidnapping, armed robbery, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Escaping the city of Chicago and moving to Atlanta for a new start, OTF Boona is just Boona without Dirk. The fame, the fortune, was sitting inside of a federal facility, while Boona was left to fend for himself and revert back to the old him. As the quote says, you can take a dog out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the dog.
That's crazy,
And
but
now, Boona is facing fucking forever. And for bounding someone with duct tape before executing them,
you cooked.
I wouldn't be surprised if he faces execution by the state
Bro,
of Georgia.
Sizzling. Georgia got the death penalty. He's done. You're done, buddy. You're done. You're out of here. I do like that saying though. OTF Boona is just Boona without Dirk. Bro, the cash cow is fighting his own battles right now. So maybe, yeah, he had to revert back to, you know, doing what you got to do to survive. But yeah, you're done, bro. Home invasion. You executed somebody, then to dump him at a church, bro. That's horrible karma in afterlife, man. Like, y'all got it, man. Boy, I'm so glad I'm a lame, bro. I'm so glad. Y'all call me cringe, whatever you want, bro. I'm so glad I'm a lame. I'm so glad I'm in the crib with my kids just chilling, man. Fuck that.
Faces execution by the state of Georgia. Now, one of the most important things to take from this video, in my opinion, is Lil Durk is OTF. OTF is nothing without Lil Durk. I don't think anybody has really reached that level of success aside from a handful of people out of Chicago, right? You got G Herbo, you got Chief Keef. As far as like millionaires or even multi-millionaires, Lil Durk is up there. And the guys he had around him were willing to do shit because that's what kept him in Durk's circle. Other than that, they didn't have anything. They didn't really add any value. They weren't dropping hit songs. And the music is how Durk is getting all of his fucking money. Without Durk, these dudes ain't OTF. They're just them. The money, the fame, the fortune, it's gone. It's inside of a federal facility. It's Durk. Without him, there's nothing else. And the thing is, I'm gonna be blunt with it. When Durk got locked up, whoever else was claiming OTF in Atlanta, all that shit they was stirring up, you know, they said Vaughn went down there and killed somebody, this and that. Then they had the robbery case where someone else got popped. Like, they went down to Atlanta and got into some shit. But the thing is, Durk had a shitload of money behind him, which meant so did OTF. And without Durk, these dudes out here doing whatever. We don't know what Boona was going through. He could have been trying to rob dude for weed, jewelry, whatever. We don't know the situation. I'm sure it wasn't just a random robbery, you know what I'm saying? Like, I highly doubt it. He was most likely looking for something, didn't find it, and everything was too far gone.
He was probably high on something. Like, he was, yeah. That's crazy, man. RIP to that individual, man, that lost his life, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, he gotta kill him, and he did. I don't know how he got caught up. I don't know the details. There's a lot of details that haven't been released. All we can go off is the warrant, and this is what the warrant alleges. He broke into the crib, tied him up with fucking duct tape, searched through his shit, threatened him, kidnapped him, shot him to death, and dumped him in a church parking lot where he got found by a neighbor at 6 in the morning.
It's crazy.
And you know, the realization sets in when you see people that were once with a multi-millionaire traveling the world, being up on stage with him, now doing desperate crash out shit like this. And the realization is gonna hit him even more now that he realizes he needs a legal team and he doesn't have that afford it. Fendling money. He doesn't afford it. Young Thug's lawyer's money.
Can't afford it.
He don't have. He's just fucking Boona.
Broke.
What does he have?
Done.
The fact that he went and allegedly did something like this shows you he doesn't have much. Otherwise, he wouldn't be risking it all. And that's honestly what I respect about Duty Low. He got robbed, he got shot, and he went and did an interview on Danza Project. Shout out to them. And he basically broke it down like, you know what? Some gangster shit went down, and I just gotta respect the game. That's it.
And I was gonna bring that up too, how Duty Low handled what happened to him is what it is. And I respect that. I respect how Duty Low handled it. You know? You gotta realize game is the game. Streets don't love nobody. Streets don't care. It is what it is. I got caught up. We're gonna take that L. We're gonna move on. That's life. We move on. I don't want to revert back to anything that's gonna take me away from my kids or that's gonna take money out of my pocket, thus taking money from my kids, thus keeping me away from seeing my future. Why would I stoop back down to that? Listen, we all can't win every battle in life. You're going to have to take some L's. That's inevitable. Take it and move on.
Crash out about it because he's still getting to a bag. He still has something going on.
It's facts.
And he's staying out the way because clearly he watched his boy get taken down by the feds. And obviously nobody wants to go out like that. So I hope y'all are able to get a message out of this video. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me.
That's crazy, man. OTF Boona just did the ultimate crash out, man. Link down below in the description leads y'all right to this video for y'all to check it out in its entirety with no interruptions. New to the channel, rock with your boy. Hit that subscribe button for me, man. It's MANIACITV. I'm out.